Kelly Barr.
And I am Hailey Foreman, and welcome to
Cooking with Cocoa. Here in our cooking show, we show you how to cook recipes that in cocoa and all kinds of chocolate.
Today we're making mini hot cocoa cups.
The first thing you need to make sure you do is if you have long hair like mine, you need to put it up into a ponytail or some way to get it off your face so your hair doesn't get in your food.
Mine's already up, and after that, you're going to want to wash your hands so you can keep your kitchen germ-free. The ingredients you will need to make this recipe include
one of the first things you're going to need is a package of sugar cookie dough.
You will also need some granulated sugar.
One of the things that we added to this recipe was vegetable shortening to make the sugar cookie dough not stick to the pan as much.
You are going to need some heavy whipping cream.
You need 2 tablespoons of hot chocolate mix.
You need semi-sweet chocolate chips.
And you also need white chocolate chips.
You will need 12 mini pretzels.
And you're also going to need 12 marshmallow bits, or small marshmallows. And what we did is we bought the hot chocolate packs that come with the marshmallows inside of them, so we can just use these marshmallows. Now that we have all of our ingredients, it's time to do the first step. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to take a paper towel and kind of fold it up into a little blob, and then dip it into the vegetable shortening, which is basically like grease. And then you will want to wipe it around the pan in each of the individual spots. After you finish vegetable shortening your pans, you shouldn't even see it.
Now that our pans are greased, you want to preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. So then when we need our oven, we will be ready for us to use.
The next thing we're going to do is cut off the end of our sugar dough so we do not waste much of the dough. Then you will take 1 tablespoon size spoons and round about 24 balls out of them. As you can see, we have room for 24. So then you take the spoon, scoop it into it, and round a ball out of it. Like that. See, we perfectly used up that 1 package of sugar cookie dough to make exactly 24 tablespoon-sized balls.
Okay, so now we're going to roll each of the balls in sugar so that they don't stick to the pans. Just like what the vegetable shortening did, it will help more with that.
Some of your balls lose a little bit of their circle shape because they will not actually end up being circles. They will end up being the dish of the cup, so it's fine.
Yeah, they will puff up in the oven, and then after you take them out, they will then sink down to get a dip. Now that we've sugar-coated our cookies, now we can put them in our oven for 12 to 14 minutes.
At 375 degrees, which your oven has already preheated to. Close the oven door and set your timer on your microwave for 12 minutes.
Now that our cookies are baking, we're going to start making our chocolate ganache filling.
What we're going to do for that is we're going to take a pan and we're going to fill it up 1/4 of the way with cold water. And we're going to do that. And you want to make sure you fill it up not enough so it does not touch the double boiler. Now that it is full about 1/4 of the way, we are going to put on this, which is called a double boiler. What this does is when you put chocolate in it, it makes it melt more smooth and more silky, so it has a nicer feel. When you put this down on top of the pan, on top of the water should not touch the pan for the best results.
You You want to turn your stove on to the highest setting. So then we can bring our water to a boil. To help boil it quicker, you're going to put a lid on.
While your pan is starting to boil, you can dump your heavy cream into the double boiler a while. Or if you don't have a double boiler, you can just do the regular pan.
So we're doubling our ganache recipe, so we're putting 1 cup of heavy cream, but normally you can just put half a cup.
Now we're going to put the heavy cream onto our boiling water and wait for about a minute.
While that's boiling, I'm going to measure 4 tablespoons of hot chocolate mix into this bowl so I can dump it in. Normally it'd just be 2, but again, we're doubling our ganache, so we're doing 4.
Our cookies are done.
Add our 4 tablespoons of chocolate and quickly stir that in while it's boiling. And we also need to get our cookies out of the oven. So I'm going to pull out our cookies once they are done. We are going to push these in so we can put more ganache in them. And then after we push them in, we are going to want to use a cut to get off the excess cookie on the top. If you don't have one of these, you can use a little medicine cup because that'll work just as well.
And to do the pushing, you can use anything as simple as this is a vitamin cap lid, and it fits the cookies perfectly. So, or if you don't have one of these, you might just have a cookie cutter that fits. Now we're going to put the chocolate chips in a bowl. Prepare to dump the heavy cream and cocoa mix over top of them. Since we doubled our recipe, we are going to want to use 2 cups instead of 1 cup of chocolate chips.
Now that our cream has thickened up a bit, we can dump it in over our chocolate chips.
You're going to want to set your timer for 3 minutes while it is sitting.
We're going to take these out so then they can be filled later.
And when you take them out, you can use a kind of spatula to kind of loosen them. But all of the sugar and vegetable shortening that we used on it kind of make them easy to come out, but you can just pull them out.
Now it's ready to get stirred.
Stir your ganache with a spoon or a rubber scraper or anything that you have available that's clean, and try to mix in all the remaining chocolate chips.
It should be thick and smooth when it's done.
Now you're going to take your newly made ganache with the chocolate chips in it, which is a dark brown color, and fill your cups up with them. You don't want to fill them too full because you want to make sure you have enough ganache for all of them.
All the cups filled, we are ready to move on to our next step.
Now we're going to make the cups of cocoa look really delicious. So what we're going to do is take our white chocolate and cut off the bag at a corner, since we won't be using many. Then measure 1/2 cup of the white chocolate chips. I'm going to put these white chips in the microwave for 1.5 minutes.
While you were pouring chips, I started to break our pretzels into little handles so we can put them on our chocolate cups. We're breaking off the curved part of the pretzel so you can use them as hooks and handles for our cups.
It's ready. Oh, they're very shiny now. Now we're going to take a small wire whisk and mix them around to create our glue for the pretzels.
Okay, so we stick our handles onto our cups before it melts.
So what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of pretzel, dip it in to the chocolate so it's chocolatey.
On the sides.
Then take a cup
and attach the pretzel to the side of it.
Now with our amazing duo packs that come with the marshmallows and the hot chocolate, we are going to use the marshmallows and sprinkle them onto the top.
And this here is our final product, the mini hot cocoa cups.
See you next week
On Cooking with